Hello and welcome. You're watching News9 Live. My name is Pankaj Mishra. Rifleman Javed Ahmed Wani. He is 25 years old. He hails from Jammu and Kashmir and he is employed with Jammu Kashmir Light Infantry. He has gone missing from Kulgam district since Saturday evening, and Javed had come home on leave around Eid. Security forces have launched a massive hunt to track down the missing soldier. His car was found abandoned at Paranhal. Eyewitnesses have claimed that there were blood marks in the car. However, officials are yet to confirm it. Kashmir police have registered a case and arrested some suspects. Raids are being conducted across Kulgam district and adjoining areas. Army spokesperson has said that the army is collecting details about the incident. Meanwhile, the family has made a tearful appeal to Javed's alleged abductors to release him alive, since he was the only breadwinner of the family. The father also made an emotional appeal that if the abductors wanted, he would ask his son to quit the job in army as well. We would be discussing it threadbare with my colleagues Kabir and Varghese, but before that, let's listen in to some reactions of the family that has come in.
Temis traitan zindagi yalla. To agar tem kansi sakti as vatna bus tat maafi mangan या अगर दबे नौकरी त्राना नौकरी ते सुनाज उस तम कुसमुक लड़का कह तमें ओतर पे 2 पॉइंट खून हस्पतालस मज सुनाज उस तम कुसमुक लड़का कह नोस तमिस कंस अदाव नोस तमिस कह गामस मज तमिस असल पे सारे वथन बेहवन तो रात गो सह शामनस बग माज अन तमिस सुबह ड्यूटी गन तो बस वन दोपनस मे दिज बान माज तो सुबह त्रज मे होते एयरपोर्ट मकसद सह कोर पे फोन दोक ये गाड़ यल तथ दार दरवाज यल पे वत अत बे दार खून लड़ित बहुत मेहरबानी कर अपील कर तिमन यमिस नश तम त्रन तमिस सेहत सलामत यल बहुत अपील कर बस युत गुजार कमाई कुल सु बाकी योर सैलामत त्रमित चढ़ित कमाई कुल सु
उसको 1 महीना हो गया घर पे, तो उसको आज 6 बजे वापस जाना है ड्यूटी। तो कल शाम को 8 बजे से गैब हो गए, पता नहीं किसने उसको उठाकर ले गया। हमारी गुजारिश यही है, अगर किसी के पास है तो मेहरबानी करके उसको छोड़ो, मेहरबानी करके।
Kabir, 25-year-old Javed, obviously not the first case, I would say, in Jammu and Kashmir to happen, especially from the Indian Armed Forces. Do you see a pattern here that why specifically these youngsters being targeted, if at all? I mean, I hope all is well with Javed.
Well, I mean, that's the hope that we all should have at this point in time. It's actually quite surreal. I mean, the larger message that must be going out to the people outside. You've got a Jawan, an army personnel who's just 25 years old. It's quite a young age, and the blood stains that were witnessed in the car, the pair of slippers that were left behind, it only goes on to show that there's violence involved here for sure. The pattern that you're talking about, and of course we'll play those graphics out as well, because the age is a pattern to look at. Their designation being the riflemen is a pattern that one can look at, and their religion, the community that they hail from.
The Jammu Kashmir Light Infantry also.
This particular regiment that they're
yes.
targeting. So it is targeted killing. I mean, of course, we're jumping the gun here. We still don't know if Javed is alive or not. Let's hope that he is alive. And of course, that's what the parents must be feeling like. I mean, you heard the cries of the parents over there.
Right.
He's the sole bread earner in the family. He's now gone missing. He was at home for the last 1 month. It's only just a day before he was about to go back for his duty is when this particular ordeal took place. 9 kilometers away from his own village, he steps out to buy groceries, run his errands, and doesn't make it back home. The larger message that I'm talking about, Pankaj, is that this is a security personnel. The job of this person is to protect the boundaries, the peripheries, lives. Protection is this person's main job, and his own protection has been sabotaged, and that many people will come out and say that whether this is Kashmir, whether killings have gone down, killings have gone up, abrogation of Article 370, look at the economy that's booming now, it's oozing, and of course communal politics always has been at play in Jammu and Kashmir. But keeping all of that aside, The problem that we're looking at is quite serious. You've got your army Jawan, our own Jawan, youngsters. What will they think about being an army personnel? You've got the father who's saying, please send him back home. I will ask him to quit his job. I will force him to quit his job.
Varghese, the terrorists are known, and why I say terrorists because given Jammu and Kashmir, given a very specific, as Kabir mentions, a target, especially from army, young, and that to a rifleman in Jammu Kashmir Light Infantry, which is considered to be one of the premier regiments to serve Jammu and Kashmir. Since the abrogation of Article 370, do you believe that things have changed a bit, or off and on these messaging acts that is being done by the terrorists, that they would target the sole breadwinner, the family? Do you believe that after the abrogation, certain things should have changed or have changed actually on the ground?
Well, if you look at if you're looking at abrogation of that article and whether the ground situation has changed, well, to a large extent it has changed. But at the same time, it is also desperate attempts by these organizations that are trying to, change the narrative of the youth from that region joining the armed forces. Now, why is Javed the problem? Or let me take you to 2018. Why was Aurangzeb a problem? The problem was that they were holding the tricolor. They were the people who were part of the JKLI, as you said, it's a premier unit of the armed forces. And then these are the people who are from the valley getting integrated into the integrating mechanisms of the country. They are becoming more Indian. And that goes against the very narrative that some forces across the border want to push, and some terrorist organizations sitting cosily across the border want to push. What they want to push? They want to push and say that the youth of that particular region are not happy with the government. That's why there is an armed rebellion. And the people like Javed and people like Aurangzeb went against the grain of that thought.
Right.
So since they're going against the grain of the thought, they become targets as such. Aurangzeb also had a similar profile. He was young, he was a rifleman, he was part of JKLI, and we know that he was
It's a classic case of how, targeted killings and how they've happened in the valley from Poonch to, Baramulla. I'm trying to say, people were saying that, you've got laborers from Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh that are being targeted.
There was a trend of that also.
These are Hindus that are being targeted by the hands of Muslim terrorists. But nobody is spared in Kashmir, it seems.